The list of unbeaten football teams here in the Rio Grande Valley is quick review these days. Port Isabel, check. Brownsville St. Joe, check. La Feria, they're in. Harlingen South, Edinburgh Economides, you're in the mix. San Benito, so are you. Not many when we started with over 50 in week 1. Oh yeah, and add these guys. Rio Grande City's Rattlers. They're sitting at 3-0 after another win this past Friday night. Unlike many of the teams above, the Rattlers are right back in action this week. Without a bye, some would consider them a heavy favorite against Laredo Martin. Rattlers approach, no talk about anything other than focus.
I think one of the things we harp on, I don't think we have an athlete that you say we call a horse, but as a team we're pretty solid, and that's what we try to stress to our team, and the kids are buying into that, you know, trying to have that togetherness and playing as a team. One of the things we talk about is do what we do. Take care of what we do, and you know, let them chase us and whatever they got to do. If we do our job, we feel confident in the outcome.
Perhaps the toughest part of this mix is not to overlook this week's game as it's home against Laredo Martin. Then next week it's off to Roma. Then look at the bottom part of the schedule for these Rattlers. They close out the season. Final 3 district games against Nixon at Veterans Memorial and home against Sherryland. Also on that list of unbeatens through week 3 are the Brownsville St. Joe Bloodhounds, a team that last year averaged over 55 points per game during the preseason. The question was, could they match that? The early answer is that they are a bit shy of that lofty scoring mark, and yet still in 3 games they put up 132 points. Compare that, though, to 182 through 3 last year, and you get the picture. There's still a few weeks from district play, but if you take a look at what's out there, then it may be the case that even though they're putting up big numbers, they need to put up bigger numbers and maybe get closer to last year's totals, after all. Here's a look at their district opponents. Central Catholic lost in overtime to unbeaten Harlandale team. They put up 102 thus far. St. Anthony unbeaten, averaging 30 per game. And then there's Antonian, who is also 3-0. They put up 133. This week, the Bloodhounds are home against winless Raymondville. Look out there. They may get a bunch because Raymondville's giving up 45 per game. Next comes the big test. They'll bring in currently unbeaten Port Isabel, whose Seawall defense has allowed just over 10 points per game.